Lots of Tesla news today, let's dive in. Tesla's Dojo supercomputer project lead has left the company, Bloomberg News reported on Thursday, citing people familiar with the matter. Pete Bannon, a former Apple executive and director at Tesla for the last 7 years, is now leading the project, the report said. This is Pete Bannon. If you ever watch any Tesla presentations, you have probably seen him a few times. I'm sure he's very capable. My first reaction to the news is negative. It sounds a bit like Andrej Karpathy leaving Tesla earlier, the guy who was in charge of full self-driving development, and my initial reaction to that was FSD is either solved, which I think is unlikely, which is what I said at the time, or there are setbacks and it's going to take a bit longer, which is what it turned out to be. This has that sort of similar familiar feel. If Tesla's Dojo is going extremely well, why would the project lead leave? Unless he was fired. So we need to find out that detail. Was he fired or did he actually resign? We found out later that the CFO of Tesla, Zachary, probably was fired. As I was recording, there's new news about this, and we learned that he was actually let go. It's not 100% confirmed, but it is very likely. Also, there are more people that will probably be let go or have already been let go. In a way, this is good news, but in one way, it's not great because it indicates that the progress has not been going fast enough, and that's why Tesla's management decided to shake things up. This is actually really good news for us Tesla stock investors because all of these vehicles are Model 3s, and yesterday it wasn't really clear if these Model 3s are selling really well in China at the current price, but we see that they are exported still, and that's why the delivery number for China was low for last week. And with so many exports, it is likely to be low this coming week as well. But it will not be bad news. It will actually be good news because it means there's probably a lot more demand in China as well for the Model 3, which would then mean the deliveries this quarter in China could be higher than what everyone was expecting until now, because there could be a flood of Model 3s delivered within China unless Tesla just keeps focusing on exporting these vehicles and not delivering more of these within China. Interestingly, these Model 3s here are right-hand drive, so maybe they are going to the UK. For a moment, I thought this was a joke earlier when I first heard about this, but then I heard more about it and I started to think, yeah, it is actually real. And now the CEO of Ford did confirm that indeed Elon Musk sent 48-volt architecture documents to other CEOs. The CEO of Ford says they were not joking. We received the document today, dated December 5th. Thanks, Elon Musk. Great for the industry. Elon Musk says you're welcome. So yeah, this PDF is actually a real PDF. How to design a 48-volt vehicle. Wow. Wow, just wow. There's no other company that helps its competitors more than Tesla, and yet Tesla still keeps winning. This is just absurd. This is some bad news for Tesla. Tesla lost a legal battle with Sweden's postal service on Thursday as a fight with Nordic trade unions escalates. A Swedish court said PostNord does not, for the time being, need to deliver license plates to Tesla that are being blocked by the postal services workers in the latest twist in a fight over collective bargaining agreements, which means that Tesla actually cannot deliver any vehicles in Sweden. However, the good news here is that this decision is just an interim decision ahead of the court's final ruling. The district court has decided that PostNord should not be forced to make deliveries to Tesla before the case is closed. Also, a large Danish pension fund on Wednesday said it would sell its holdings in Tesla over its refusal to enter into this collective agreement. And some Swedish pension funds have urged Tesla to sign the agreement with the union, but so far held off selling its shares. So all of this is actually becoming more and more serious sort of every week. The funny thing is, at least as I'm recording this, Tesla stock is actually up almost 1%. The fund manages almost $46 billion, but they did not say how much Tesla stock they own. Probably my guess is it's not very much. Maybe 1% of that, $45 billion is going to be Tesla stock, so that's not going to be a meaningful amount. Tesla stock is probably not even going to drop at all when they sell Tesla stock. But it is disgusting to me how the pension fund is not fulfilling its fiduciary duty to invest in the best companies, and instead it is trying to use its power to try to force a collective agreement on a company in a different country. This is virtue signaling at its finest, because Tesla's workers do not want to unionize. If they did, I would say, okay, I can understand all of these actions, but they don't. This makes no sense. Tesla has 350 employees in Sweden. Only 12 of them are striking. This seriously reminds me of Elon's recent interview where he said people just care about looking good while actually basically being evil. This is exactly what's happening. And perhaps the craziest thing is the union is offering the auto workers more than 130% of their salary to join the strike, and still we only have 10 people, roughly 10 people striking. Surprisingly, that same pension fund is owned and founded by a bunch of unions, the same unions that strike agreements with employers, mandating employees to use or pay the pension fund to administrate their retirement savings. From which, of course, the unions benefit because now they can manage a lot of money. Now they have even more power. Now they earn even more money. So, yeah, it does make sense why they are so stuck in their ways, trying to get more people to join their union. They want that money. James says, I don't see how the Sweden and now becoming Scandinavian issue gets resolved without Tesla either signing some sort of agreement with the union, which is not happening, or closing operations in Sweden. But I think James is missing a key critical point, and that is, this is not the final decision of the courts yet, that Tesla cannot pick up its own license plates, which if Tesla can do it, then Tesla would still be able to keep delivering vehicles in Sweden. I personally think that this issue will be resolved in the courts eventually, but it could take some time. Gary Blatt just updated his Tesla stock catalyst list. He still expects that there will be a Tesla stock buyback in 2024. I don't think so. I would say no, there's not going to be a Tesla stock buyback in 2024. There's an article that says that the Tesla Cybertruck will not change the game. I strongly disagree with that. I think Sawyer is making a lot of sense here. I have yet to encounter someone who, after seeing the Cybertruck in person, did not leave with a more favorable opinion than they had before. This applies to individuals who had initially held both positive and negative views. You need to get up close with it to truly appreciate it. I think that's right. Jason here, before reviewing the Cybertruck, he hated everything about the Cybertruck, but after spending 3 days with it, he fell in love with it. And Elon actually surprised me here a little bit. Yes, we are highly confident that Cybertruck will be much safer per mile than other trucks, both for occupants, which, yeah, that makes sense, but also pedestrians. At first, you look at the Cybertruck and you see the sharp edges and you think, yeah, that's probably more dangerous to pedestrians than anything else. But when you put it next to another truck, you realize, oh, while it's probably absolutely terrible to be hit by the Cybertruck, it's not like a wall that's moving, while another truck is more like a wall that's moving. Your head is a bit safer with the Cybertruck. It's still dangerous, but it just, I don't think it's as bad. However, with the Cybertruck, you're probably more likely to be cut. Yeah, because the edges are sharp. Thailand's prime minister on Thursday said he showed Tesla executives around industrial estates in the country last week. I went out of my way to entertain them so they would fall in love with Thailand. They're looking for 320 hectares of land. Wow. So yeah, that's a lot. I think in Texas, Elon said that Tesla has 2,000 acres. So Thailand would be big, but not as big as Texas. Okay, General Motors Cruise autonomous vehicle unit has hit an all-time low, said its new leader, while promising to restore trust with regulators. At least he is being honest, which we have not seen from the CEO of GM, Mary Barra, but yeah, will that honesty help? No, Cruise is done. It has no real chance of ever realistically beating Tesla's full self-driving in terms of scale and money and success. Ooh. Ford says it is unlikely that Ford Mustang Mach-E EV will qualify for federal tax credits in January, but in the meantime, the Model Y long range will get the full $7,500. Yeah, that's the Ford Mach-E right there. Elon Musk, in response to a reporter asking about X, said, "I have never lost money for those who invest in me, and I am not starting now." I think the same can be said not just about X, but also about Tesla investors. Those that stay in Tesla stock for the long term, I think will all make money eventually. Lots of it. It's just that when Tesla drops a lot, for example, 11.41% in one single day, you have to be excited and buy more Tesla stock. I'm speaking from experience when I say that works. This Cybertruck picture is going around on the internet, but keep in mind, this is not real. Although it does look good to me, it is photoshopped. This is a great move by Tesla. Dana White has been allowed to give away one free early win Cybertruck, which I believe is going to bring a lot of attention to Tesla and the Cybertruck. It is now official that Tesla is running ads for Tesla's energy business as well. This is an ad for a Tesla Powerwall. Seems like there will be more SpaceX shares sold very soon, and the company is now valued at $175 billion, up from $150 billion just this summer, so the stock is going up. We just found out that the new president of Argentina just spoke with Elon Musk. The president also implies that Elon is likely to visit Argentina next year. We know that Gerber keeps selling Tesla stock, and Tesla is now down to number 5 position in his ETF. And Gerber was just actually seriously called out. But first I need to show this to you. According to the 13F report we filed below on September 30th of this year, Tesla is the largest position at our firm with almost 400,000 shares worth about $100 million. So his firm has a total of almost 400,000 shares, of which the firm has voting rights of 5,319. The other remaining shares are in client accounts. Not sure who you are trying to fool, Ross, says Alexandra. Now unblock me and show us the man you are. Sixt phases out Teslas from rental fleet, opting for BYD instead. The company said it is making the move in response to Tesla's aggressive price cuts and high repair costs. And it made a deal with BYD to buy 100,000 vehicles by 2028 from BYD. We just had to repair our Tesla, and yeah, the repair costs were a bit higher than you would normally expect for a regular vehicle, so I think that concern is valid, but the cost will go down over time. And with Tesla's insurance, probably the total cost will be lower eventually. But in the meantime, yeah, I do understand. But in terms of price cuts, I think the prices are going to stabilize, and that's a bit of a premature move from Sixt, because then you will no longer lose resale value. We are getting details about the Tesla holiday update, but Elon is not really happy about it. He says we need to step up our game. Here's a list of things that you will get with that update. The main thing, I think, is the Apple podcasts. There's a highly bullish comment about the Cybertruck. I ran a construction company for 20 years with about 24 tradesmen. I can tell you with 100% confidence that tradesmen care about the appearance and the cost of operating their trucks in a big way. Unless you are a real gearhead, trucks look pretty much the same from year to year. Tradies keep their trucks as long as they do not start looking shabby and they remain reliable. Dents and rust make a truck look shabby. For tradies, the appearance of your truck is a reflection of your success. I'm dead serious about this. None of the vloggers are talking about the fact that the Cybertruck will not have dents or rust. The odd tradie will care about how fast their truck is off a line or how much it can tow, but 100% of the tradies care about what their trucks look like. It may take a while for tradies to overcome their bias against EVs, but I can assure you that the tradies will become the real market for the Cybertruck long before the "I gotta get the Cybertruck because it is so cool" demand dies down. Yeah, we have seen pretty much that it is impossible to destroy the Cybertruck or to even damage it. I mean, he swung really hard here and there's nothing, no damage, zero. You cannot damage it, you cannot scratch it, because it is made out of hard freaking steel. Marcus Brownlee's Cybertruck video is now his 8th most viewed video ever. I predicted that it will be his 2nd most viewed video, and I think that prediction is going well so far. One of my eyes right now is actually really swollen. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm gonna go see a doctor right after this. I talked to a medical student and it doesn't seem anything serious at all, but it hurts so much and it's so annoying. It was very difficult to sleep, but I'm a highly disciplined and responsible man, so I still take care of all my duties and responsibilities, and I do all my work despite the circumstances. Anyway, that's why I'm not really looking at the camera directly, because my eye is quite swollen. Hopefully tomorrow is quite a bit better. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe right now. That really helps the YouTube algorithm, so I really appreciate when you guys do that. And I will see you in tomorrow's video.